guys, my name is Sarai Ferman and this is my final project. I want to start off by defining what is cloning. According to the Genetic Science Learning Center, clones are organisms that are exact genetic copies. Every single bit of their DNA is identical. Clones can happen naturally, like the girls in this picture, or they can be made in a lab, like Dolly, the sheep, that she was created in 1996. Why am I against human cloning? I am against human cloning because I believe that God is the only one who can create a human being. But even if we put religion aside, what kind of message are we giving to humans? Is it life worth so little that it's just okay to industrialize individuals? I read in an article that couples could decide to store some of their baby's DNA, so if that the baby passed away, they could put the same DNA back into mommy's tummy and have the same baby over again. That whole idea just gave me chills. If I were to pass away, I wouldn't like my parents to replace me with another copy. If we think about a bigger issue, cloning can also lead to overpopulation. According to the World Overpopulation Organization, reported that only in 2010, 614,000 teenagers became pregnant. 88% reported it was an unintended. Since human cloning has not yet been 100% successful, imagine all the genetic diseases that can emerge from all that testing and wrong procedures. Back to Dolly, the sheep. She was created after 277 attempts and only was able to live half the time that naturally born sheep do. She even had 3 mothers, one that provided the egg, another that provided the DNA, and the third that carried the clone embryo to its final term. One of the main reasons why scientists want to persuade this experiment to be successful with humans is due to the global pressure of the creation of the perfect race. This is another reason why I am against human cloning, because while scientists want to create as many copies as possible from the same DNA, thousands of people are protesting for their individual identity. Because that is what we all want, right? To be unique? I strongly believe so. Imagine what would the parents of a cloned baby say to their child if he asked where does he come from? Human cloning can also lead to gender issues. Did you recall me saying that Dolly the sheep had a dad? Well, no, I didn't, and that is because there is no need for a daddy. This is called asexual reproduction, which means no sex. According to San Diego Zoo website, the walking stick insect does not need a male to reproduce. Females can do this all by themselves. If we apply asexual reproduction to humans, then women will not need a male to reproduce and be able to be mothers by their own. This is one of the biggest fears of the government and the scientists, because of the belief that this could turn into a black market. Young girls and women might be tempted to sell their eggs. On the egg donation website, women are able to donate their eggs and actually receive money for donating their eggs, as I quote, "Along with the appreciation and gratitude from your recipients, our donators are giving a monetary compensation." Don't take me wrong, I do believe that everyone has the right to be a parent, but our foster homes are filled with children waiting to be adopted. Those were the negative aspects I found in human cloning. But now let me talk about cloning for therapeutic purposes. Many people think that whatever involves cloning is wrong, and I believe so as well, of course, when it's not a natural process. According to explorestemcells.com, therapeutic cloning is entirely different and does not involve the creation of a perfectly copied human being. Instead, somatic cell will be taken from a patient who requires a stem cell transplant to treat a health condition or disease. This means that pluripotent cells can treat disease in any body organ. This means that therapeutic cloning has the potential to reduce the wait time for organ transplant. But you know there's always a catch. According to the Center for Bioethics and Human Dignity, there is one key ethical issue. In the case of cloning, new embryos are created specifically as experiments and are destroyed within those experiments. I wouldn't like to discuss any further if an embryo is considered or not an actual baby, just to avoid controversy. In conclusion, I hope this video really made you reconsider the value of life. Let's not fall into the drowning pool technology and science are pushing us towards. You were born an original, don't die a copy.